life hack. So diverse, thoughtful care. Pompadour. Take note. Suitable for you. Hello everyone! For those who sees me for the first time, I'll introduce myself. My name is Alessia and this is the channel Find You Girl. And if you are here for the first time, consider that this is the sign of fate. Here I tell you what you need to do to charm cool foreign girls. Therefore, subscribe, hit the bell, so not to miss a single new video and come back soon. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you about... I think you understand what we are going to talk about from the title of the video. Yes, about the most fashionable men's hairstyles of 2022 that women will definitely like. Go! Assuming that the men cut their hair to zero or only make themselves fade is the same as thinking that in the men's arsenal there's only classic business suit and blue jeans with a white t-shirt, like this guy. On the contrary, the representatives of the stronger sex have a lot of opportunities to transform and create a truly cool look. By the way, we recently released a video about clothes that women will definitely appreciate. If you haven't seen it yet, here's the link. But not only clothes are the key to a good appearance. Hair. With the help of the right hairstyle, you can charm anyone, present yourself in all the beauty and state the world about yourself. Because a good barber is the word called today. In general, the worlds of men's hairstyles as well as women's is very diverse. We're used to the fact that fashion is something fleeting, but not in the case of men's hairstyles. Everything is stable here. Of course, I will tell you about the most popular hairstyles of 2022. But don't mindlessly follow advice from the internet. When you come in for a haircut, it's best to check with your barber. A good specialist before picking up scissors and razor will analyze your type, lifestyle and even clothing preferences and tell you whether this hair is suitable for you. It was a small preface. Let's still begin. As I said, the world's men's hairstyles is very... it's not like that. So diverse. And we will start with the technique that we talked about at the very beginning. Fade. The barbers themselves say that it can be used in absolutely any haircut. In more detail, this is a characteristic smoky transition to hair from top to bottom is gradually and very smoothly shortened to zero, creating a kind of shadow effect on the head. This technique is mainly used in sports haircuts. By the way, interesting fact, one of my barber friends said the sport haircuts are done more often than others. That is why they're at the top of our list. A bit of history. Men's sports haircuts became popular back in the 50s of the 20th century. It was then that they were used by tennis players, weightlifters, and boxers who during a game or competition must simultaneously look decent and not be distracted by the hair. They cut athletes and just admirers of sport image with a typewriter. And short hair does not require styling at all. Beautiful. As an example of a sports haircut, box and semi-box. This is convenient. It's beautiful. This is sexy. Seriously, a short sports haircut visually makes you 10 times more brutal. And those who think that a sport hairstyle is monotonous will be wrong. If there is a fantasy, it can be made completely atypical. For example, drastically overestimate and emphasize the fade, shave the whiskey almost to zero, make screen staining, or leave micro furlock. Oh, I completely forgot. There's one but. For such a hairstyle, you need a neat head. And it's not only about quality of thoughts, but about the smooth skull. Another man's haircut that has been one of the most popular for many years is British. It's hard to imagine a hairdressing classic without this elegant haircut. In fact, I often see British haircut, and as for me, It's look like a little slick. But this is my subjective opinion, okay? I know that many of my friends are crazy about impeccable man styling. According to them, a man immediately acquires some kind of status and even subconsciously want to trust them. The magic of styling, guys! Life hack. Any classic will be more spectacular if you make it a little more modern. Therefore, if you regularly dwell on the British and want a little change, here's the formula for a modern haircut. Classic British plus sharp fade plus cropped temples equals trendy haircut 2022. The strands at the back of the hat are usually arranged in a neat cascade, and the bangs allow you to experiment with the styling for every taste. By the way, here it is possible to add a Canadian. Many do not notice the differences between these two haircuts. It's really easy to confuse them. The main difference lies in the main difference between long and short levels. The British require a distinctly long bangs and close-shaven nape, while the Canadian allows short bangs, but the nape is cut and not quite short. Yeah, obviously both haircuts will make you an elegant aristocrat. Just do not need to explain to a girl on a date how British differs from Canadian, and you will turn into a boar from fashionable beautiful in just a moment. The haircut, which I will talk about next, I really like. It's not only stylish but very practical. It's a crop. Visible, thinning with the combing from the crown to the back of the head allows you to add volume and texture to the hair. The main feature of the crop is bangs laid in front, which in some cases helps to visually correct the elongated face and high forehead. The bangs and the rest of the hair above the temples and back of the head are cut so that the strands look exclusively forward. Depending on the style and options, the hairstyle can be given a mood. Like this, with this haircut, you can be always different. By the way, I often see this haircut on young guys. But I think that the crop is also suitable for older guys. It gives a certain dareness to the image. Another moment, on sites where men's hairdressers hang out, crop is said to be ideal for men with square, round, and oval face shapes. Take note, please. For several years now, society has moved away from this stereotype, long hair is not manly. How cool this is, really. Now on the guys you can find bright colors and squares and hair below the shoulders and the cascade. I think I'm not the only one who associates a man with such a haircut with some kind of romance, with creativity and inspiration. Probably because often musicians can boast of such hair. Yes, and many celebrities at one time wore long hair. Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt. Maybe these curls help them become sex symbols. But as the owner of a long hair, I will say that many actions cannot be performed with loose hair. That's why we women often wear our hair in a bun. Conveniently, practical, and if you do it, it's beautiful. Obviously, that's why long-haired men borrowed this life hack. Man bun. Literally translated as male bun. Man bun, literally translated as male bun. That is, it is literally hair gathered in a bun at the crown or back of the head. At the same time, the hair itself can be of any length. The main thing is that it's enough for this hairstyle. A popular variety of man bun is on the top knot. In the top knot, the upper part of the hair is long and tied into a knot at the crown, and the temples are shaped. Such a hairstyle on the one hand perfectly emphasizes the individual style, and on the other hand, it doesn't interfere at all even during sports. Friend, just do not forget that long hair requires thoughtful care. Have you ever grown your hair out? If yes, share your experience in the comments. What are the pros and cons of such hairstyles? And we will finish our dive into the world of mad hairdressing fashion with the Pompadour haircut. Pompadour! Question: why is the name of the haircut consonant with the name of a Marquise favorite of Louis XV? Another association with the word Pompadour? Yes, certainly. Elvis Presley. This haircut is one of the most popular and most recognizable man's haircuts of recent years. Interestingly, Elvis chose this style even before the start of his fast-paced musical career. In his youth, he worked as a driver over large tracks, and at the time, the type of haircut was the most popular among truckers. Interestingly, did you guys in eccentric suits drive heavy tracks? Yes, that would be great to see. Today, there are many variations of the Pompadour man's haircut, longer or shorter, with bare temples or combined with an undercut. Yes, of course, not all men like to style their hair and spend a lot of time in front of the mirror every day. Despite the visual layering and complexity, this haircut is very easy to care for. An interesting point, almost all the haircuts and hairstyles that I told you about have been very popular for a long time. I think it's very good. During that time, they became a classic. Choose the right haircut, subscribe to our channel, please like this video, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Bye bye, my friend.